For those who are not affected by the transition from being in a school to doing the homeschool thing, teachers are superheroes, first of all. Second, kids love to be around one another. Third, not every kid is good at sitting and looking at a screen or sticking with a schedule. It's a very good lesson for them to learn, but some of them are like developmentally not there. I actually think the cutoff is like second grade-ish. I think second or third grade-ish, like it's hard for a second grader to like get on like Zoom meetings or whatever. And by the way, there are some areas, I mean, I'm lucky because, you know, we have a nice school and we're in LA and whatever. Our Anna and I have a friend who teaches in a school where it's in a very low income area. It's very hard to keep the school like on track as it is without coronavirus. And at their school, just to give you an example, like most of the kids don't have Wi-Fi. So how are you going to continue to teach those kids? They can't do distance stuff. They can't do internet Zooms and whatever, Skypes or whatever the fuck. They can't do it. Like when people talk about this, does go back to the stuff like that's in the news right now. And I'm not going to jump on a soapbox and do a whole diatribe about this thing. However, give me 1 minute here just to get this off my chest. The difference between when you see Black Lives Matter and then people go, all lives matter. Number one, that's not what the Black Lives Matter people are talking about. They're not saying your life doesn't matter. They're saying we're being targeted. We are victims of this abuse and this racism, and like, please pay attention to us and please help us. So that's what that's about. It's not about fuck you, it's about help me. Second, when we don't, and I'll say this and then I'm done. I'm not gonna like go off on this. But second, I don't think that you'd have to be pretty insulated to not think that there's racism in America. And not everybody's great and not everybody's perfect on any side of any conversation. However, the people of color don't have access and they have more hurdles in their way. So right now the conversation starts to be about white privilege, which is up here, and then like white passing privilege, which is probably like me at some point, and then not white. And so when you get people who get the benefit of a subtle, the way people's brains work, like a subtle benefit to being not black, basically, and that benefit snowballs into God, it's just so convoluted. What did I tell my kids the other day? I said, you guys have Wi-Fi. You guys have computers. There are kids whose families can't even afford dinner, much less Wi-Fi. There are kids whose families, when they are walking down the street and there's a policeman there, you wouldn't be worried that there's a policeman there. These families literally are scared to death because there's a policeman there, because they think he's gonna pick on them, potentially hurt or kill them or their parents. Like, that's horrible. And that's just for being you. So that's it. That's all I'm gonna say today. It's been on my mind. All I'm saying is have empathy for that situation. You can't go all lives matter, because that's not what we're talking about. No black person saying your life doesn't matter. They're just saying, help me. That's what that is. By the way, like, I respect that. We've got a president who, like, is being racist against Asians, and I'm not sitting here going, Asian lives matter. No. Fuck that. Okay. Back to questions.